Christians. Well, at least there's one believer here who is willing to say that the Bible clearly does not say anything about a 7-year tribulation. However, he does say that with very little study, we know that the tribulation is 7 years long, with 3.5 of it being peaceful, the first half that is. And of course, he has to hold this position because he's a dispensationalist. He has to. God forbid he speaks against Scofield. So here's the thing. He says with very little study, we know this. No, we don't. And if it is such a little study, I would really like to hear it. My friend, please show me where in the Bible, tell any of us how we come to this conclusion. Now, you say that there's a 7-year tribulation. And then, consistent with the true dispensational theme, you say that the first half of that tribulation is a period of peace, which means that the so-called tribulation that people have been touting, the 7-year tribulation, is really only 3.5 years. If you're going to be a true dispensationalist, that's the truth in terms of what they believe, although it is not the truth at all. There is no 7-year tribulation period, and there is no 3.5-year tribulation period. That's all a lie. And it all comes from the Scofield Reference Bible or a Hal Lindsey book. These things are not true. The Bible doesn't teach a 7-year tribulation or any parenthetical period of time that is carved out for massive destruction, as is understood by these pre-dispensationalists. So I like how this person at least admits that the Bible doesn't specifically say 7-year tribulation. I have to give him credit for that. And I have to give him credit for being consistent, even though the error is consistent. So the fact is, if there is a simple way to come to the conclusion, my friend, that you have laid out, I'm open to hear it. I am really open to hear it, and I mean that sincerely. I am waiting for someone who can actually articulately argue this point, because I can't believe how much time the church at large has wasted on this falsehood. And I don't mean that the people who believe it are false, but the idea of it and the teaching of it is false. Be provoked, be persuaded.